Good morning, guys. It's June 30th, 2022, and here's another collective. And I want to try to tune in. Sorry I didn't post yesterday. It was a really busy day. And the day before, I had just found out that a good friend of mine passed away. So that was a bit heavy. So let me focus on you guys today. June 30th, 2022. The problem solver. That's what I heard. Problem solving. I heard finding ourselves in a pickle and getting out. Okay, this card wants to come out. The Dreamer. A leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. Okay. Oh, that's the Fool card. So I'm not sure why that wanted to pop out, but let's keep going. The problem solver. I heard unreasonable actions. Okay, so to me, somebody is being unreasonable. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry, right? Somebody's being unreasonable in their actions. This is usually based out of fear. Usually when an ending is near, you'll see people. Okay, here's a good example. It's kind of a dark example, but it's a good one. So, like with death and dying, when a person's body is dying, let's say they drowning or something, the body will naturally, the body will fight. And so the body will flail, it'll twitch, it'll jerk, it'll do different things to try to fight its demise. Like kicking and screaming. You're like not going out easily, kicking and screaming. And so this is what this is like. It's like somebody who's panicking because the end is near and they know it and they sense it. And so this is like their body jerking. You know what I mean? It's sort of like that, trying to keep it alive when it's clearly dead. So that's where, what did I say? Unreasonable actions? Well, I don't even remember what I said. But let's shuffle the cards and deal the cards and see what we get. I've been shuffling them the whole time. All right, for the collective. The Moon. Release fears that hold you back. Two of Air. Hermit. All right. So the overall energy is the Ace of Water. This is a new beginning that wants to form for you. And I feel like there's fear here. You know, it's like that kicking and screaming at the end. It's like the end of a situation, knowing that there's the end of it, but fear of letting it go. You know, people are just comfortable with what they know. You know, what is that saying? Comfortable with the devil you know. It's not good for you. It's not healthy for you, but you're comfortable. And so with the Two of Air, it's like the Two of Swords, being in a deadlock, not being able to make a decision or pretending like there's no problem. This could be you or somebody around you. And Spirit's asking you to go within, and really take a look at this situation. Do you want to keep repeating this pattern, this cycle? Because it's not going to change. That's for sure. Especially for people who have been dealing with this for years, it is not going to change. And so sometimes if we stay really still and really quiet, we think the problem's either going to blow over, go away, or lighten up. And it's not the case. It's just a temporary pause to the next set of bullshit, is really what's coming. And so it's like Spirit's asking you to go within and take a deeper look at this. It is what it is. It's like God's like, I don't know how many signs and synchronicities and everything we have to show you before you get it. But, you do have free will. The choice is yours. Do you want to stay in this, or do you want to feel free? And you're not trapped. That's an illusion. Maybe trapped in your mind, trapped in the fear. But, I feel like everything that I was reading these past, I want to even say couple weeks, it's like all coming up now. It's like all the vices, it's like now. Like you've been prepared for this now. Like you've had all the notes were given to you for the quiz that's coming up. All the prep work, everything has been there for you. And now it's time to pull everything out of your tool belt and use it and take action. Because sitting stagnant, you're just going to start this cycle all over again. And the cycles, when they start over again, they're long cycles. Now you have a choice right now to either do this cycle all over again, and you can. More often than not, if you choose to repeat a cycle, it's because, one, you were afraid not to, and two, you haven't learned fully what it was that you need to learn. And more times, more often than not, again, I'll say that again, it's about self-discovery, self-love. Because when you stay in something that really doesn't treat you well, or you really don't deserve to be treated like that, like you deserve better, you just don't see that in yourself. God sees that in you, but you don't see it in yourself. And so you self-sabotage, by punishing yourself, beating yourself up. Like, well, I did this, and this. And if I didn't do those things, then, well, maybe they would love me. Or maybe I wouldn't have gotten written up. Or maybe I wouldn't have gotten evicted. You know what I mean? It's like finding reasons to beat the hell out of yourself right along the person who's making you feel terrible. It's like allowing them to do that, because there's a part of you that needs to be healed. This part of you that needs to be healed is the part of you that's falling into the belief system that these people have set up for you, not one that you know to be true. It's like somebody else's truth about you is stronger than your own truth about yourself. And isn't that sad that people have that much power over us, that we can actually believe in what they're saying? Because, hey, they're on the outside looking in, right? Why wouldn't they know? They know what they see. We're not constantly looking in the mirror. But that's not true. Nobody knows you better than you. You know your heart. You know your emotions. People can only speculate what you feel, what your heart thinks, what your heart feels, what your mind thinks. People can only speculate. And they don't get a large scope of it, because they're basing that off of your communication, not off of your physical sensations. And so for somebody to say, the type of person you are is really inappropriate, because they don't know that truly. The only person who truly knows that is you. So, stop being so afraid of taking action. I think self-confidence, everything that you've worked on until this point, this is go time. This is like you've had all the preparation you need to win this marathon, start this race, take this test, whatever it is. You've prepared for it. Stop doubting your readiness, because on the other side of this, once you pass this, it's like going in and taking the MCAT. You know what I mean? Like studying so many years to be a doctor, and then going in to take the MCAT and being scared shitless. If you were not afraid to take a major test like that, then you would probably fail. The people who passed and aced their test are incredibly nervous before taking it. And the reason they're so nervous is because they care about it that much. And because you're so nervous about the new beginning, it's only because you care about it that much and you want it that badly. Don't let fear itself confuse you into thinking you're not ready. That's not true. That's not true. This is a natural instinct because you're prepping. It's almost like you're on the start block waiting to hear the gunshot so you can go. There's a nervousness because you feel like you're in competition. There's no competition here, though. The only competition there is you against yourself. And Spirit's trying to light the path for you and show you and illuminate. Like the moon card really signifies self-deception. You not being able to see what is so apparent to them. And it's your worth. It's almost like they're like, don't doubt our glory, don't doubt our feelings towards you. Spirit knows you just as well as you know you. The next human being does not. Spirit sees right through you. They feel you as if they were you. And you are extension of them. So they know exactly what it is you're feeling. Wow, that's pretty... Yeah, you got to be able to release the fears that hold you back, because that's the only thing holding you back. Your desires are not what's holding you back. What you wish for and want is not what's holding you back. It's the self-depreciation. It's you ever see that movie where he says, what did he say? I think it was Jim Carrey. He was like, I'm kicking my own ass. I think that's the movie. But he says that. He's like, do you mind? I'm kicking my own ass. It's almost like that's what we're doing. Like, we're looking at people like, do you mind? I mean, you can kick your own ass if you want to, but where's it going to bring you? It's going to bring you right back into the place you don't want to be in. Let's bust a move and get out of there, right? What do we got? Time to heal. Yeah. See, 5-5. Change is coming. 55. It's definitely coming. And it's coming because you need to heal. You got to heal. Claim your independence. Yep. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Claim your independence. You are never alone. See, maybe that's what you fear. You fear being alone, doing this alone. And I know it's hard to say, yeah, Spirit's always with me and I'm never alone, but I can't see them or touch them, and so that makes it not tangible to you. But it's so crazy because if you get a VR headset, like a virtual reality thing, and you put that on, there is nothing real about that. But boy, does it feel real, I mean, if you watch these videos that go viral, like on YouTube or TikTok or something, and you see people with these VR headsets, they're pretty freaked out, some of them, if they're in like a zombie apocalypse one or whatever. Well, as a matter of fact, my son has an Oculus. Well, both my sons have one, and I can't remember which one of theirs I borrowed. Don't matter. But I put it on, and I wanted to go in outer space, I had no idea what it was going to be like because it was the first time I put this on, but I was like, I'm not into like zombies chasing me, and no, I'm good. I don't want that much reality. But I wanted to go I either wanted to go explore space, the universe, right? Or deep ocean. Those are two options. Like, I walk the planet every day. I didn't really care too much about that. I wanted to explore way down deep into the ocean or outer space. So I chose outer space. And as soon as I turn it on, I'm standing on the rings of Saturn in the VR headset. And I completely lost my balance and I was scared. I was like, oh shit, because it felt so real. But I couldn't touch it. It's really not real. I couldn't touch it. So it's really all in the mind, It's really all in the mind. If you had something visual that you could see, then you'd be able to trust in spirit more. And when that's the case, there's a lack of faith, you know? Maybe working on your faith and your connection is what you should spend your time focusing on. And that's a much better feeling than focusing on fear and paranoia. You know, that's a much better feeling. And so I think that's what Spirit's asking you to do. And look at the bottom of the deck. Sweet results await. Look at the bottom of this deck. Ace of Cups, brand new beginning. Your cup runneth over if you allow this to happen. And I'm not here to tell you what to do or even how to do it, except for, I mean, because I can give you the results and what you can expect, but you write the blueprint, you know? This is your blueprint. Your life, that's your blueprint. And I'm not here to judge or anything. I'm here to help guide you into helping you stay confident. I don't care if you have to listen to this video on repeat 10 times a day, 10 days in a row. It doesn't matter as long as the message penetrates, you know. Start looking in the mirror more often and appreciating who you see. That's what's holding you back. You know, I heard something that's so true, and I may have told you guys this before, but I'm going to say it again. Think about the way you talk to yourself, the way you talk about yourself, the way you talk to yourself. If anybody outside of you, anybody in your surroundings, anybody that you run into, anybody that you deal with, if anybody talked to you the way that you talk to yourself, you would have a major problem with them. You would either not associate with them anymore, you would tell them where to go and how to get there. I mean, you wouldn't like it at all. So why do you allow it from your own self? You are your team player. You are the captain of your ship. Why would you allow it, you know, to beat your own self up? But God forbid, if somebody else does it, that's a wrap. But you can do it? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an ass. I'm this. I'm that. But let somebody else. You're an idiot. You're an ass. You would take it so much more personally than you doing it to yourself. Why you allow that to yourself is beyond me when you don't allow it from anybody else. Start appreciating yourself more and talk to yourself the way you want other people to talk to you. You know, we teach our kids that. You treat people the way you want to be treated. Teach people how to treat you by talking to yourself better. If you don't tolerate it from anybody else, don't tolerate it from yourself. That's crazy. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. That's right. When people talk badly about you, it's a dishonest statement. Because they're really just speaking from anger, you know, or speaking from not getting their way or things not going their way. And when things don't go people's way, they get angry. Think about it. If everything went their way, they wouldn't have anything bad to say about you, right? And things are just not going your way. But you have to stop laying down and giving up. You've got to get up and keep pushing. That's why you're talking bad about yourself. You're talking bad about yourself because you're not reaching your own goals that you have set out. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Hey, you know, whatever it is that you feel like you need to walk away from, don't feel like, you know, I think sometimes we're worried about, it's like we know what's not good for us. And it's like we want to stand our ground and say, I deserve better, But I want you to know that whatever you did do for me, I appreciate that still. You sell yourself short. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love, including yourself. I think that's the big message here. Love, 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 love. Love yourself. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. And here, you know, that's the other thing I want to say. People who don't like to be alone, like be by themselves, you know what I hear? I don't like my own company. I don't like who I am. I can't stand my own company. So I want to be around people so I can distract myself from myself. Learn on loving yourself. Why do you dislike yourself so much that you can't stand to be alone? People who like who they are, people who love who they are or appreciate or at least accept who they are, they can be alone. People who don't cannot. See if I can get anything else. Tested positive for being negative, and negative towards yourself. You know, self-love. Self-love, this is what this is about. Hard does not mean impossible. I mean, you got fuckery at play. Big ego. You know, it's like people are telling you who they are. Now, you're either going to listen or you're not, you know. And it's the truth. People are telling you who they are. Don't try to read between the lines. If you intuitively pick something up about somebody and it don't feel right, don't start turning it around and putting the blame on you just because they got the gift of gab. Fuck that. No. No. No, no. The lovers definitely need to make a choice. And this is emotional. This does affect you on an emotional level. Really, it does. I get it. Yeah. The High Priestess and the King of Cups. This is such an intuitive knowing. This is knowing exactly what to do. You see the dark and the light side of this. You see where growth happens and where it doesn't happen. You have compassion. You know, well, I think, see, it came out in reverse. Those two cards came out in reverse. I don't want to say you don't have this or you don't see this because I think it's a temporary block. And so I don't want to read those two in reverse. I don't feel like that's going to help. And I feel like reminding you of who you are. Your heart has been so hurt and so taken advantage of and just, you know, feeling depleted of love, you know, that you try to rely more on your intuition than you do like what you're feeling intuitively and like logically, not emotionally. If you look at it emotionally and look at yourself with more empathy, have more empathy for yourself, not, what is it that we call like kids that have been kidnapped and then they're with their abductor for like 15 years and then they get found and finally come back home, but then they don't want to get their abductor in trouble because through that time, even through the abuse, they learn to love their abductor. You know, it's like you're the abductor of your own joy and you fell in love with that part of you. Instead of falling in love with the part of you where the joy started from in the beginning, you know? Like, yeah. And I can't allow you to do that. Let's see what's coming. Yeah, see, it's hard to let things go that you've had for a really long time with that nostalgic energy. You know, you have a hard time seeing what you still have. I mean, maybe you have to start all over again, you know, and that's okay. But when you start all over again, it's on your terms. It may be hard, but it's your terms. And Spirit's trying to light the way. They're really trying to light the way and guide you. Truly they are. And there's nothing you can do to stop that. Like I said, all majors are an unstoppable energy. And you've got the Empress. This is you, the nurturer. This is birthing your new ideas. Birth them. Let them happen. Bring them into fruition. Don't let other people's opinion of you stop you or hold you back. Give them the middle finger and keep it pushing. Okay? So I hope that made sense, guys. I really, truly care about you, and I hope this helps, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.